Hello, and welcome to episode Todd Talks, and Todd Talks people listen, because if you don't, you're an idiot, Starscream. Hopefully. I don't think I can do this voice all episode. Woo! That would have been rough. But yes, today, we are talking about the death battle that just happened between Frieza and Megatron. And yes, I acknowledge that my best laid plan of having my preview video out for you already kind of fell short because of the, what do you want to call it, the YouTube test that Death Battle just did, which for the record, I totally support. I totally understand. I'm glad they told us ahead of time, and ironically, I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, so it might not have worked out how I planned it anyway. So, but yes, I was able to watch it today, and I am glad to bring it to you today because I won. Back in a win streak, baby. Back in a win streak. Two's a win streak, right? Right? Anyway, but yes, Frieza versus Megatron. I was confident. But the question was, as many in the community noted, were Death Battle going to bring in the, let's call them the latter forms of Megatron from the various comics, including the 10th dimensional being that I talked about in the preview video, which I still do not understand. So there was that question, and apparently they did not, so good for me. But yeah, the battle itself was very, very fun. I think we shall appreciate the fact that we had 2 3D fights back to back with Colex and now Friezatron. Friezatron! Oh, that's a wonderful name. I might just be able to squash some monkeys with that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I appreciated the deep dive into not just their histories, but just who the heck they were. Because, you know, Frieza is a tyrant, but he's also a tyrant who knows what's best for him. And as I noted in the preview, you know, sometimes he's willing to do certain things to help people, like defeating Jiren for Universe 7, or in the manga, beating Goku and Vegeta but letting them live versus just destroying them, because he knows that he might be able to learn something later on, and, you know, he's a sadist. So, and then Megatron, as I noted also in my preview, became an Autobot eventually because he realized that there was a greater need for him to be on the actual right side of history. And I appreciate that they talked about how, you know, over the course of 9 million years, he finally realized, hey, maybe I actually am the bad guy. Better late than ever! So, it was a really fun fight, and the breakdown was good. I will admit, I did have a small, fleeting fear that Megatron could win because of the whole antimatter thing, because Wiz specifically said it doesn't matter how much you resist, you will get disintegrated. I'm like, that seems oddly specific to say. I mean, he didn't just say it'll destroy anything it touches, or that's in its way. It's like, no, if you try and resist, you're still going to lose. And I'm like, I know they were referencing Frieza in the Hakai bubble, where he was able to resist the destruction energy, and they did reference that in the caption bubble. So I appreciate that. But I was worried for like a little bit, and then in the fight when they did the you know, die a fool's death bit, I'm like, no, Frieza can't die like that, because it even did like the death scream, you know, you know, which usually is an indication that someone has actually died, but instead it's no, that he lived, and Frieza won, albeit now in pieces, and that's enough. That is enough for me. So the fight itself was a lot of fun. I definitely rank this. This is definitely one of the top ones of the season. It doesn't beat Chosen Undead versus Dragonborn, but I think it might tie Colex. And ironically, part of it is because of the voice acting. And I know we had voice acting in Colex, but this one was, you know, monologuing. This was villainous monologuing, and I love it. I mean, this is what they do, you know. I was like, oh, this just keeps seeming to happen. I gave the planet 5 minutes. He's like, my planet. Megatron's monologue at the Black Matter the antimatter segment was so on point. I mean, I know he doesn't know Frieza that much, but like that was absolutely something that would totally get under Frieza's skin. Behold, Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. Your ships are gone. You're floating in space alone. Like, that would get under his skin. I remember that's what happened after the Namek arc, because he was just floating in space until his father found him. He could not get it back on his own. So, despite all of his speed, but then he was also chopped in half at the time. So, but yeah, that was a great bit of Little Karibo as Frieza was awesome. The guy who got the Megatron, who was apparently also Omni-Man and SpongeBob SquarePants. This is true. Was awesome. I loved it. And then Devil Artemis. Oh my gosh, Devil Artemis. I know you'll probably never watch this, but you're so good. You are so good. And there were so many references to like the Dragon Ball Super anime, like with the Golden Frieza transformation, and having Megatron transform into like the tank, and then Frieza actually like doing the psychic pull with the planet, and it's just to the special effects. He said himself he did like every special effect was him. And 95% of all special effects were done in Blender, which is awesome. So yeah, and every fight the Devil Artemis does from now on will be in Blender. So we should be grateful. So yeah, another victory for me. And another very fun death battle. We are on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we had Bilcord, Colex, and now Friezatron. And now, who could possibly top my performance in a death battle? Well, it's a funny thing you should ask that, Frieza, because next time on Death Battle, we're getting Gojo Makima! I'm slightly feigning excitement because I've not seen Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man for very different reasons, I promise you. But I know that like everyone loves Gojo, and a lot of people love Makima, and for very different reasons. Yeah, so, but I remember the death battle, the community death battle for this fight, and it was incredibly close because of the nature of their powers and their power levels in terms of, you know, the actual damage that they could do versus, and how hard it is to kill them, especially Makima. So, I'm not gonna lie, this might be another Bilcord situation where it's like the most minute details could, you know, sway the fight one way or another. I don't know. I really don't know. And I guarantee you, though, that I think this could be, like, legit. I think this could be one of the most watched death battles of the season, because there's a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen fans, especially Gojo fans, and there's a lot of Chainsaw Man fans and Makima fans. Yeah. Again, entirely different reasons for the love. So it's going to be interesting to watch. And, oh yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I will have my Kickstarter link in the description for this video. Please check it out. Even if you just pledge $1, that helps me. We're already funded. The comic's getting made. We're on issue number 8, so it's the perfect time to catch up, because I have 2 volumes available for you to get, plus a whole bunch of great comic rewards, including getting every comic I've ever made, and getting drawn to the comic. I can actually help you make comics should you want to. Please check out the description below and push the Kickstarter. You got till the end of the month, but I hope it doesn't take that long. I really need your help. So, with that, I made this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of Frieza versus Megatron? Did you enjoy the battle track? Oh, the battle track was great too. Great job, Brandon. Enjoyed the animation. Are you glad Frieza won? You better be glad Frieza won. You better be glad Frieza won, you stupid monkeys. And are you excited for Gojo Makima? Let me know in the comments below. So, I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.